Good morning, children. Today we are going to see History Unit 3 World War II. In this lesson, we are going to see about the political and economic development after the World War I, which ultimately led to the World War II. Next, we are going to see main events which are the turning points in the Second World War. To know the effects of the World War II, we are going to see United States and the USSR, which rises as a two superpowers, establishment of the international agencies to promote peace and development in all countries. Okay, children. Now we will move on to the lesson. Children, the first half of the 20th century witnessed two wars which devastated the world. World War I was fought from 1914 to 1918, and the World War II began in 1939 and ended in 1945. While the world at large had experienced many wars, these two wars are referred to as world wars because of the extended areas of the conflict and the very high death toll of the civilians as well as armed combatants. Both wars were fought on several fronts across Europe, Asia, and Africa. The total number of the deaths in the World War I is estimated to be 20 million, of whom 9.7 million were soldiers and 21 million were wounded. In the Second World War, the total death toll was 24 million military personnel and nearly 50 million civilians. In both wars, the combined forces of Great Britain, France, Russia, and United States fought against the war alliance led by Germany. Germany's allies were Italy and Japan in the World War II. In addition to the terrible human cost, the financial cost of the World War II was also huge. It was 5 times higher than the figure for the World War I. World War II also witnessed unprecedented level of brutality against non-combatant civilian population, gross violation of international protocols on the treatment of the prisoners of war, many of whom were tortured and killed. Innumerable atrocities were committed against the people living in conquered region. The end of the World War II signaled a change in the world order and political configuration among the major powers. Okay, children, now we will move on to the causes. The devastation caused by the World War I was of such magnitude that it was referred to as the Great War or the war to end all wars. And this was a main driving force behind their actions after the end of the World War I. The immediate and the primary cause of the World War II was the aggressive military offensive undertaken by the resurgent Germany and the fast developing Japan. The root cause of the war was more complex. Okay, children, now we will move on to the Germany and the Treaty of Versailles of 1919. The Treaty of Versailles ending World War I was signed in June 1919. Among the many clauses of the treaty, three in particular caused a great resentment among the Germans. First, Germany was forced to give up the territory to the west, north, and east of the German border. Second, Germany had to disarm and was allowed to retain only a very restricted armed forces, that is, Navy, Army, and Air Force. Third, as a reparation, that is, war indemnity for the war, Germany was expected to pay for the military and the civilian cost of the war to the allied nations. War reparation were calculated at $10 billion by Britain and $15 billion by the United States. However, France and Belgium were able to insist on the war reparation of $33 billion, which Germany protested, saying it was beyond its capacity to pay. The Germans offered to pay 100 billion gold marks, approximately $25 billion. Okay, children. Next causes failure of the League of Nations. The treaty also set up the League of Nations, as we already saw. Okay, children, it was set up by the President Woodrow Wilson of United States. The league was expected to mediate between the countries and the action taken against country which indulged in military aggression. However, the United States was not interested in playing the global role or any role in European politics. The popular mood favored the traditional isolationist approach, and therefore the United States did not become the member of the League. The other allied nations were also determined to maintain a non-intervention attitude, and the League remained an ineffectually international body. Okay, children. The post-war crisis in Germany. As we already mentioned, the three main clauses of the Treaty of Versailles, especially the imposition of the penal reparation, that is war indemnity, caused a great discontent in Germany. The interwar period was a time to severe economic downturn in Western Europe as well as the United States. Britain was facing massive unemployment and its economy was nearly crippled by the General Strike of 1926. The United States was faced with the Great Depression after 1929. The problems which many countries faced in the post-World War I decades led to the rise of the extreme right-wing dictatorship in Italy, that is Mussolini, in Germany by Hitler, and in Spain by Franco. Germany experienced both high unemployment and severe inflation after the war, and its currency became practically worthless. There were several pictures of 1920 when ordinary people had to raise money in wheelbarrows to buy bread. This was blamed on the war reparation which Germany was forced to pay, though in the final analysis the demands for war reparation were moderated several rounds of negotiation. Okay, children. See, children, Germany and the Treaty of Versailles, in this thing, causes of the Second World War is an important question. So read the Germany and the Treaty of the Versailles, failure of the League of Nations, and the post-war crisis of the Germany. Okay, children.